Okay, hello. I'm here
Hello,
with Rory
Mario.
today. And yeah, today we're gonna be finishing the last episode of the first game in this double pack. So
Wait, this is the last game? Like, this is the last case?
now this is the third episode, but finishing this episode, I mean,
Oh, okay. I was like, wait a
need
minute,
to
what?
screen share you.
No.
You know where there's still like two episodes that are twice as long as any other episode. Okay, so last time we were interrupted by a smoke grenade.
Yeah. Pocket sand!
Yeah, literally. Okay.
Where's the tension?
Because it just happened. Okay.
True.
What on earth just happened in there?
Mr. Naruhodo, I've managed to find out what happened.
Mr. Sato.
I was told that it was an advanced form of smoke grenade, a type of exploding device that releases smoke.
Smoke grenade? It sounds like some sort of thing some sort of thing, the sort of thing ninjas use. I had my glasses off.
Yeah. They're just making sure everything is safe now. I think the trial will start again before long.
But who would have done something like that?
Joker.
The
The
Joker.
police managed to catch someone who was trying to flee the courtroom, apparently.
Flee the courtroom? Why?
Well, it's a young girl of around 15, I hear.
So many
She's
young
like 1
girls
year
in this
younger
court.
than Suzato. Yeah.
A young girl, then could it be the other passenger that Mr. McGondle was just talking about?
My thoughts exactly.
So he wasn't lying.
That
Oh,
car
what's
can
become of
passengers.
what's become of Mr. McGondle actually? I was thinking the same thing, but I wasn't sure if I should use it. There's so many things I need to ask him about, but he's not here.
I think he was summoned to the prosecutor's antechamber to answer questions. Along with the young girl.
Who is she, I wonder? What's she even doing here at the trial? She's taking a huge risk, and for what possible benefit to herself?
There's another matter that's troubling me.
What's that?
The 20 pence.
Hmm? Oh,
According to the coachman, Mr. Beppo, he took 4 passengers that night at a fare of 5 pence each. That comes to a total of 20 pence exactly.
and now it seems that there were in fact
Yeah.
5 passengers. But
Sorry. I forgot that was your line, not Suzato's.
Oh.
Which means the figures don't seem to add up again.
she's right. It is strange. Counsel for the defense, kindly proceed into the courtroom. The trial will recommence in 5 minutes. Oh, thank you, officer. We'll go straight away. We'll go in straight away. Oh, God.
Well, whoever she is, I imagine this young girl will be asked to take the stand and testify now. I really can't imagine what she's going to say, but it could alter the whole direction of the trial.
I can't wait. We'll know soon enough, Mr. Sato.
Yes! However, given how much Ao has been hyping up this character, I want to see her now. I'm so curious.
Yeah. There she is. There's the young girl next to Mr. McGondle. Look. She must have been the one who caused the disturbance before. But yeah, I was watching the last VOD back, and I thought that maybe I should do a different judge voice than the one I stopped
fair
on.
enough.
But because I was like, well, after that rather eventful recess, but that's like,
Kind of strains your voice, yeah.
yeah, it kind of doesn't seem fitting. I think I should go back to the previous one. I was like, well, after that rather eventful recess, the court will now resume the trial of Mr. Cosney McGondle.
Yeah, sure.
Now then, Lord Van Zeeks, My lord. I believe you have established the cause of the smoke which veiled the proceedings earlier. It seems to have been an advanced form of smoke grenade, of the sort typically employed by the army. Good gracious, the army? What in the devil's name? It was an elaborate attempt by the young girl to cloak her escape from the public gallery, but she was caught. And now occupies the stand. God.
It's not showing her face.
Your name, girl? Are you responsible for the smoke grenade which induced such pandemonium here in my courtroom? What is the meaning of this deplorable behavior?
And if I may, my lord,
Yes, Mr. McGondle?
I think perhaps I ought to explain here why it is that this wee lass was here in the first place and why she tried to bolt like that. It's all tied up with the events of that night, so it is.
Very well, Mr. McGondle, give your testimony. You will explain to the court exactly how this young woman is involved in the case. Just what did happen that night?
Be patient.
It's not like a defense lawyer needs that information or anything.
Baka.
So I arrived just this morning, Baka.
On the night in question, I took the back seat in the omnibus and promptly nodded off. Then, big horror, a loud thud and a wee scream woke me up with a fair start. There was a fella collapsed on the floor at my feet, so I set him up on the seat across from me. Then I turned to find out where that scream had come from, and bless my soul, what did I find? There was a child in there, all curled up in a ball, hiding her wee self away.
Didn't see anything like
Yeah.
wrong with that. What did we have again? It's good to always review this. This was like the Oscar Fair Play isn't dead.
Yeah.
Nothing really else. This knife that supposedly belongs to McGondle. Mr. McGilded. This is
What was his
other
first
name?
name in Magnus or something?
Magnus McGilded.
Yeah, but they changed it to.
I didn't mean to.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's his name in the fan translation? I don't know what it sounded like in the original release. The omnibus. The gloves that one of them was stained. Yep. Okay. I don't think we're gonna learn anything new.
That's a dead body.
Yep. I remain somewhat baffled, I confess, but from what I gather on the night in question, this young girl was indeed riding the omnibus. Is that correct?
It's exactly as the defense counsel said. This lass was the 5th passenger, my lord.
Very well. The defense will now cross-examine the witnesses. Are you ready, counsel? Yes, my lord. Or rather, no. I have no idea where to start.
I love that face he does, it's so silly.
He looks at you. Specifically.
Why do they cut to Van Zeeks just for him to say nothing?
He's pondering. Okay, take the back seat and probably have to press everything in this one.
I think we hit. Yeah, fair enough.
When you first got into the omnibus, were there any other passengers already on board?
There were not. The cabin was empty, and there was no one on the roof deck either.
And you were the first passenger, as it were. I see.
Aye, and that's why I took the back side as I did. It's the most comfortable, so it is.
Could you explain exactly what you mean by the back seat?
By all means, just how you already described it earlier. I'm talking about the seat opposite, the one in which the poor gentleman was who was stabbed was sitting.
Wait, did it have a door on both sides?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's kind of, there's no really back seat, you know.
Is that even a door?
This is a door and there's a ladder on the other side as well.
Is there a handle on that
Wait,
side? There's no handle on this side.
Okay, so that's not a door. I see. It just looks like a door.
I was gonna say, I don't think that's a door. It doesn't have a handle.
Yeah. It looks very similar though. Okay.
Yeah.
So that makes sense. Okay.
Like I said, 'tis the most comfortable and where I feel most at ease. And of course, I'm gazing through the skylight from time to time as well.
Okay.
Is he gonna say anything?
What did you say you wanted to press him on?
Probably the last statement of where the girl came out of. But... Yeah,
Okay.
this. Press that.
You say she was hiding herself?
Aye, that's right. I started to see in the dim lamplight, she was all curled up in a wee ball. When our eyes met, well, me heart nearly stopped beating in me chest.
Ugh, you're really overacting this.
Still and all, I pulled her out from under there, set her on the seat opposite so I could have a wee chinwag with her.
Seat opposite?
That's right, just next to the dead gentleman there. Nice conversation in place.
Yeah. You sat this young girl next to a corpse, sir?
Well, as I'm sure I mentioned, a gentleman in my position can all too often find himself in mortal danger. So, I needed to find out just who this urchin was, you see. And while I was in the middle of talking with her, I heard another scream. A fella's voice this time.
Presumably that scream was Mr. Ladyfirst, who was sitting on the roof deck seats.
Right, you are again, I would say, sir. Looking down through the skylight, he must have seen this young girl and gentleman with a knife in his belly.
In other words, the previous witnesses did not, in fact, see you at all, Mr. McGondle. What they believed to be yourself and the victim was in fact this girl and the late Mr. Mortar.
Can we look at that picture again?
What picture?
Oi, my lord. Yeah, there was a picture, right? There was a picture of the crime scene. No. Okay, well there was the picture of that, but we didn't see the person next to them. But I know we had something that was like...
They did show it, but it wasn't a picture that we had in the...
I don't think it's in the court record. I think it was like in a flashback or something
Also,
like
I just noticed that one of his buttons is missing. One of his buttons is missing. I wonder if that's
Oh,
gonna
it
come
is
into
too.
play.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was, as I think everyone understands now, sat at the back of the carriage out of sight.
It is certainly plausible. The defendant is somewhat diminutive in stature. And readily confused, perhaps, with this young girl.
Not seeing their faces, yeah.
Yeah.
After that, of course. With the scream from the gentleman over us, the driver realised something was wrong and pulled up the horses. Such an exaggerated bow. I do wonder how you must be feeling, Mr. Naruhodo.
Being the defendant's lawyer, and yet finding myself as stunned as everyone else at his testimony. Let's just say it's trying.
We certainly had precious little time to talk to Mr. McGundle before the trial. But we mustn't be dispirited. We must just try to learn all the facts we can.
When we arrived in London this morning, I didn't see my day panning out like this.
Mr. Naruhodo, no grumbling, even in your head.
Jesus.
Like
how
Maya.
did you know? She is psychic. Okay, so we need to press everything probably.
Yeah.
Hold it!
A loud thud, you say, and a scream.
Oi, that's right. can I explain it? It was like the sound of someone falling to the ground. That sort of noise.
Do you think it was the sound of Mr. Mortar falling to the floor, having been stabbed?
Well now, you'll remember I was asleep at the time, so I wouldn't like to say. And when the sound woke me and I opened my eyes, there wasn't a soul to be seen in the carriage but the fellow on the floor.
You didn't see anyone. But at the same moment, you did hear a scream. Ah, from the seats above you on the roof deck, I presume.
Not above me, no, my lord. 'Twas from inside the cabin. I wasn't altogether thinking about the scream. No, I was too stunned by the desperate sight before me eyes.
Okay.
Why would you do that?
You sat him up? The victim, you mean?
That I did. On the seat across from me, as I said. I could plainly see the poor devil was already gone.
Oh, I just wanted to get some fingerprints on the corpse.
They don't have fingerprinting yet, mate. And you wouldn't leave a dead man just lying on the floor now, would you?
That's fair.
It's common courtesy, so it is.
I find it a little hard to believe.
Alright, Lord Van Zeeks. Now, why would that be?
You wake to find a man lying dead at your feet in a carriage. Any normal person would hail the cabman. Any upstanding member of London society, that is.
Well now, as you know, I'm in something of a special line of business.
The business of lending money at exorbitant rates of interest.
Unfortunately, my lord, not everyone is thankful for the help I offer them, and some would even see me dead. So I do try, where at all possible, to avoid getting myself in a tangle with trouble.
Are you suggesting you were just going to leave the man there?
Heavens alive, no, I was always intended to put it so I was. Only I had a mind to find out the whys and wherefores first.
The whys and wherefores?
Right you are. There were some details I wanted to understand before anyone else got to meddling. That wee scream I heard, for example. Wouldn't your good self do just the same?
Yes, the scream he says he heard at the time at the thoughts of the victim collapsing. Kind of a weird statement to end it on, but okay.
Yeah.
I'm afraid I don't understand. I'm sure you told the court that there was no one else in the carriage except yourself and the victim.
So I did, sir. So I did. As far as I could see, that is.
What do you mean by that?
Well now, 'tis a queer thing, the weird scream I had as I woke up. It came from, if you'll excuse the vulgar expression, under me backside.
Good gracious! Onto your backside?
What? And when I lifted the seat on which I'd been sitting, I found there was a wee cubby hole there for storage.
Mr. Naruhodo, we can examine the omnibus ourselves, remember?
Yes, of course. The whole bus was submitted as evidence. Oh, maybe
really
there is
want to
something
keep
we
bringing that up.
can object to. Hang on.
Uh-huh.
Let's go inside again. Oh, the door oh, I never noticed that the door closes behind you. Okay.
I think,
This is the same as before.
yeah.
Okay.
Maybe that... Oh, okay. What about the handle?
Yeah. Seat has a handle, it seems. Oh, okay.
Yep. Can you inspect in it? Can you, like, look in there?
I guess, sorta. This is a storage compartment, but there's nothing in here. It's totally empty. Something doesn't seem right here, but I can't put my finger on what it is.
Oh, because we haven't proceeded past that line of dialogue.
There's no handle on the other side.
Yeah, it's just this compartment that he was sitting on.
This would be a very good time to have a thorough look around inside.
I just did that.
Yeah.
And that's when I found her.
Okay, we didn't need to present anything. Thank you, I've heard enough. The events as explained here are clear in my mind. However, at least one conundrum remains. Who is the girl?
Say something, damn it. Her name is Gina Lestrade, my lord. She's a chancer, and is crossed among large crowds, relieving people of their purses.
Pickpocket, then.
Yeah. What's commonly called a pickpocket.
Okay. What? This girl here? A petty thief?
You are a little thief.
Order! Order! Is this true, Miss Lestrade? Oh, Lestrade, okay.
Yeah, Lestrade.
Miss Lestrade, you will answer the question.
Oh!
Ah! It took a while.
Kill him!
How dare you? What is the meaning of this? Ah! The girl, she's gone. Oh, that's her.
Open your eyes! I'm over here.
Good gracious, how? What was the point in that little sidestep?
Be funny. I know what you lot are thinking. Grown-ups are all the same. This dirty little dipper, you'll say, slipped up and got caught on the job. She got herself backed into a corner, so she knifed the gent. Go on, that's what's in your heads, isn't it?
No, not at all. This is a court of law. We're here to determine the truth, not cast.
Oh.
Yes.
Look, knives are for cowards. Only thugs use weapons like that. All I need for what I do is these fingers. I'm a professional, alright. Maybe not in your eyes, but I've got pride in what I do.
Let me guess, you don't count smoke guns among weapons for thugs?
Oh, this? Yeah, this was in a bag I lifted the other day, down where they keep the four-wheel drags. It's nice, innit? I like the pink best.
Ah! Do not wave that thing in my direction again! Oh.
He doesn't give a shit, he's gonna pour more wine.
So, you admit that you were riding the omnibus on the night in question?
It's alright, lass. You can tell them the truth now. That's so Australian by accident. I'm doing basically the same accent for them, though.
Yeah.
Alright, yeah. It's just like the Irishman said. Oh, he's Irish, okay.
Oh yeah, the tinks and the whatever.
Yeah.
The court accepts this girl, Miss Gina Lestrade, as a valid and significant witness in this case. Accordingly, young lady, we'll now have to hear your testimony, if you please. If you will tell the court exactly what happened in the omnibus on the night in question.
Alright, if I have to. She's so funny, I love her. So, I snuck inside the carriage before they hooked up the horses, just like always. But it was a right old waste of time. Oh, nothing to show for me troubles that night. I'll tell ya, you can't see a blind thing in that hiding place. Pitch in there. Then, after a while, I heard this loud bang. Nearly jumped out me skin, I did. And the scream just came out. It's because of that this swell found me. He did help me get away, mind.
Yes, he let you go. I fail to understand why you would let this street urchin go, Mr. McGondle.
Oh, 'tis simplicity itself, my lord. You see, she can't possibly have killed the other passenger. I know that for a fact.
How?
As I'm sure I said before, sir. I was sitting right on top of the place where she was hiding herself.
I think a demonstration is called for.
Oh wait, that's not you. That's
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. This is where I was sat that night.
And the cubbyhole of which you have spoken is underneath the seat, I presume? Yes, it does appear just large enough to accommodate one of the girl's stature.
Oi, but of course, the wee lass was stuck in there. Because I'd popped myself on the seat for the duration.
Ah!
So you see, that's why I let the lass bolt. I knew that if the police found her there, they'd automatically assume she'd done it. But I couldn't live with myself if young life was ruined when all the time I know she was innocent.
Even though you must have realized your action would result in your own innocence being called into question.
Not at all, my lord, not at all. Oh, they're here, I forgot.
Yeah.
I knew in my own heart that I was innocent. So I thought it was worth taking a punt on my own good name for the sake of this less fortunate lass. My goodness! What a perfect gentleman.
My lord! This fine example of a man cannot possibly be guilty of a heinous crime like this. That definitely wasn't his voice, but
It's fine.
it was, you're saying like make him sound like capitalism.
Yeah.
I'm ashamed of myself for ever doubting you, sir. I think
Damn,
I
okay.
think I should go lower.
Yeah, maybe. Okay, we have 5 out of 6. With calm, calculated reasoning, one arrives clearly at the truth every time.
Wow.
Oh shit, 6 out of
That's
6.
everyone, okay. Does the prosecution have a summation examination
Oh
now?
god.
Saints
Can they
alive!
do that?
All six members of a jury, consensual in their leaning to a verdict of not guilty.
So who did it?
Or is he just gonna say some things and or crush the glass and go like, you're all
Mr.
idiots?
Naruhodo, this... well, it must mean
It must mean what?
that we're victorious! Ah, not yet, I don't know, man.
He has yet to crush his glass. Don't worry.
Yeah.
We've won? Are you sure?
Objection!
Yeah, there he goes.
Do it. Oh! Okay!
If the sight of my iron-heeled Wellington offends, pray do forgive the discourtesy.
He's so gay.
Jeez. This really
This
is
bitch.
a consummate example of the one monumental flaw in the British judicial practices,
Why are you a lawyer here then?
where evidence and reasoning should be paramount. Emotion rules the day. Emotion?
Okay, facts and logic. What is like down?
The witness's last statement gives us a clear insight into his true nature. What do you mean, his true nature? Do you really think Scotland Yard would have made such a glaring omission? After the incident, the omnibus was comprehensively searched by the officers of the police.
Say police officers, you fucking bitch.
Obviously, the interior of this cubbyhole, as the witness put it, was included in their investigation. The compartment under the posterior seat was full of coachman's belongings. It's noted in black and white here in the police report. Good lord! The evidence has been tampered with. In order to corroborate Mr. McGondle's story, someone has unlawfully removed everything from under the seat. What?
Yeah, I was hungry. It was me, I was hungry, sorry.
I ate it. Order! Order! How could such a devious contrivance possibly have been affected, Counsel? Naturally, we must acknowledge the deficiencies of the constabulary in allowing this to have happened. However, I assure you, when the omnibus was wheeled into the courtroom this morning, the compartment under the seat was not empty. When the fact it wasn't...
Proof? Prove it, bitch.
Oh,
Prove it.
Was it like removed during the smoke bomb?
Oh, maybe.
Well,
I mean, that would be kind of hard to do. You'd notice that, wouldn't you?
Yeah. I don't know who else could have done that specific thing than like Gina or
I don't know.
Megando.
Guess we'll find out.
Me? When the carriage was submitted as evidence, doubtless you examined it in fine detail, as would any self-respecting practitioner of the law. Ray,
So
what did you
Edward.
find the condition of the underseat compartment to be? I don't think it let us examine it at the time.
Yeah, it didn't. That's part of the problem. Oh, to be sure. Young gentleman will be able to clear this up in a jiffy. He won't, though.
Sorry?
Go ahead. You tell the court now, fella. How this is all an elaborate excuse by the desperate Lord Van Zeeks.
Did it? Well, Counsel, do you have something to say on the matter?
We're gonna get prompted, aren't we? Oh no, never mind.
How am I supposed to answer? What can I say about the state of that little compartment under the seat in the omnibus? I didn't look. Shit.
Should we save? Yeah. Save. Just in case it fucks us.
I don't think we can just answer, oh, I forgot to see.
I forgot. What if we do, though? Just lie to the court. Let's just lie to the court, dude.
That's what lawyers do.
So true.
This is the truth, though. I don't know if giving this answers helped in my case as counsel for the defense. But as far as I remember, at least.
You didn't look at it, you dumbass. How do you know?
When I first examined the compartment, I'm fairly certain there was a number of articles inside it, yes. Are you sure, Counsel?
Alright, be whist! Those aren't words. What do you know, you deaf door? Oh, I thought you were on my side here.
He didn't expect that.
Is that the right answer?
What game are you playing? Your task is to defend
We
the man
fucked
in
up.
the stand. Why would you say something
Why would you say that?
something to compromise his position?
I think we might have fucked up.
Hmm.
You
As
there?
the advocate for the defense in this trial, I confess I'm still not entirely sure where I stand. But it seems to me that I should state that what facts I do know as clearly and honestly as possible. Interesting.
It's not altogether pleasing, fella.
I'm simply telling the truth, Mr. McGondle.
Well, don't forget that you're supposed to be representing my best interests here, lad. Now then. A fella's memory is a curious thing, not altogether reliable. No, the court must consider the facts. That there cubbyhole under the seat is as empty as the devil's heart, so it is. Do you think perhaps it would be in your best interest now to admit that you might have been mistaken?
Are you threatening me, sir?
So we were not
Why?
supposed to.
Why do I
were
feel
we
like
not
something's
supposed
not
to pick that
right
answer?
here? Sorry?
Were we not supposed to pick that answer?
Probably. I didn't check, would have been fun. Like, Just like kick you out of the court immediately. I should like the jury to weigh in on this matter, I think. Yeah, the fat controller.
Yeah.
That compartment is designed to house equipment used to maintain the smooth running of the carriage. The guild's rules state that omnibuses should be properly and fully equipped at all times. So it certainly wouldn't have been empty on the night in question. Beppo isn't that irresponsible. That money-lending fleecer and the big purse are lying.
Oh god.
Oh shit. Ah! God.
So true. So true.
I can't believe I was nearly taken in. That stinking rich are always stinkers, nothing but cowards, the lot of them.
Sounds like a JoJo character.
He, Oh god, okay. Never mind. What? Oh no. Reminds me of another character, but, I don't think it's fitting. It's a trick! Of course it's a trick!
Joker's trick.
You were talking about the fat control, he reminds me of, James. But as
Quite so. I must concur here.
But as a Tumblr sexy man.
Fuck off.
Oh man.
Yo, we fucked up.
Damn.
With calm, calculated reasoning, one arrives clearly at the truth every time.
Yes, but every time a different truth, it seems.
Music stopped.
My lord, I humbly exhibit the scales of justice. Clearly, a verdict of not guilty at this time would be wholly inappropriate. Thank you, counsel. But before we proceed any further, there is a matter of the outstanding cross-examination. Counsel for defense, begin your questioning of the witness, please. That's right, we didn't even do the cross-examination. Yes, my lord, it just happened. The whole balance of the trial just shifted almost beyond recognition. The Reaper of the Bailey is at work, it would seem.
True. So true, whatever you just said, Benzix.
Yeah.
I guess we have to press her on everything again.
Mm-hmm. Or they hooked up the courses like always. Yes. We have to clear up the matter of the missing items, I guess. So we're already in the omnibus before it even set off on its run.
Well, yeah, I mean, what's the point of spending a joey to make a few bob, eh? It's a rum idea, innit?
Plus she means there's no point in spending money to make money. It actually makes sense. Counsel, may I remind you that this girl is a petty thief? Kindly refrain from entertaining her interests. Her tenets.
Her tenants.
Well, that does clear up the little mystery of the fares and all. All paying passengers at 5p apiece, making the 20 to which the cabman testified. And one little scapegrace riding for free. The red conch of a driver always goes for some grub before his last run, see? So, that's when I was into the carriage, get myself in under the seat. Nice and easy, right?
Your hiding place is a storage compartment. Full of equipment for the coach, no?
Yeah, there's brushes and buckets and whatnot in there, sure. I always chuck all that out, cram it in a corner somewhere.
Okay.
No one ever seems to bother much.
And yet, according to the report filed by the police officer who first arrived at the scene, the compartment was full of such paraphernalia.
Paraphernalia. Yeah.
Well, I don't know nothing about that. Like I said, I moved all that stuff out so I could under the seat. That's all I can tell you.
Is there another omnibus? Jesus.
Updated omnibus report.
Seems we've reached at the end of that line of inquiry. Continue. Show me troubles that night.
I guess there's not much to press her on
Yeah,
in this one, but might as well.
yeah. A waste of time. Why is that?
Oh, most nights I'm on my own in the God permit. At least some of the time.
I beg your pardon? Did you just say got permit?
Oh, yeah, well, that's what my kind call it. You'd say the omnibus, I suppose. Point is, any normal run, carriage ain't got no one in it for a while.
And that's when you come out of your hiding place and get away.
That's it. Only that night. This cove was set on me seat from the start. And he didn't budge the whole way, did he? 1 inch. I was totally stuck.
Do you mean to tell us that you were present in the carriage for the duration? Oh god. You were under the seat the entire time while events unfolded in the closed cabin.
Yeah. Right, mister.
To be sure. I was as shocked as anyone. You don't expect to lift the cushion you've been set on and find a child now, do you? It's me when I'm sitting in my chair and Maggie sneaks into it.
So this is Miss Lestrade couldn't possibly be the culprit then. Let's see, a blind thing at hiding place. It's pitch in there.
It's pitch in there.
So you couldn't see out into the cabin at all.
No, Jock. Most days I push the cushion up with me head and look out the crack. Then I can have a butcher's at whose I'm gonna fiddle.
I thought you were a pickpocket, not a butcher.
I mean, I can have a look. Just need I get under Aina's plush of the other one, see? Oh, that explains.
So, most of the time, the passengers plant themselves opposite.
Oh, I see. Okay.
But for some reason that night, this here Irishman spent the whole journey right over me head.
And for that reason you were able to push the cushion up to peek out, I see.
Oh, it is. I ain't too happy in small dark places. Feels too much like being thrown in the clink. But it's the only place to hide in them carriages, so it's Hobson's choice.
Why doesn't she just stick to picking people's pockets in the open then?
Skill issue.
I'd say there's some reason that she's not letting on, judging from her demeanor.
So, anyways, I was a bit scared, but I had to stick it out under there. Nothing else for it.
Yeah, he nearly jumped on my skin, I did, and the scream just came out.
I was trying to do a, like,
Oi, mister, you me dead.
voice for her.
It's good. When you say a loud bang, do you mean the noise of someone falling to the floor?
Could have been, I suppose. I don't remember so well. Point is, it made me jump.
You let out a scream, involuntarily.
That's right. And then I felt the cushion over me head get lighter all of a sudden.
Presumably when the defendant got up in order to help the victim, yes. Or not. Could equally have been the moment the accused stood in it in order to stab his victim, could it not?
Why would there be
Why
a
would there-
bang and then he got up?
Why did he fall on the floor before he got stabbed?
Yeah, like why would there be a bang of him falling on the floor and
Yeah.
then he would stab him?
Well, girl, did you see what happened at that crucial moment?
Yeah, I saw it. I pushed up the cushion at a quick butcher's while I had the chance, didn't I? Irishman was sitting up the bloke what had fallen on the floor on the seat opposite.
That matches Mr. McGundle's account, of course.
But then, the fella suddenly turns around and looks right at me. I stomped back down again, but it was too late by then. I should never have risked looking.
Okay. And when Mr. McGundle discovered you, he pulled you out from your hiding place.
I was scared stiff, I was. He dragged me out and set me down on the seat and all.
Next to the victim, Mr. Mortar.
Yeah, bloke had a knife in his guts. He was still bleeding. Then the carriage lurched a bit and he ended up falling onto me.
Jesus.
God.
Oh, how awful. Both my hands got covered in blood. It made me feel sick as a dog.
With her hands covered in blood. That must be what the rooftop passengers saw. After that, I believe you talked with Mr. McGundle for a while. Is that correct?
He asked me some stuff. Wanted to know my name and what I was up to and that. Then I heard something from up above. Someone screamed.
Yes, Mr. Ladyfirst on the roof deck, one would presume.
Well, I didn't want no one seeing me face, so I didn't look up. Then the horses were drawn up smartish, and this here Irishman says to me, "Get back under the seat. I'll see that you can get."
Okay.
All 6 members of the jury had decided the defendant was innocent.
One brief shining moment, yes.
It's clear that they are all still very unsure. If we could just find some conclusive piece of evidence among this new testimony, I'm sure we would clinch the verdict we want.
Yes, I think you're right. And I have this niggling feeling. Something's bothering me, but I just can't quite put my finger on it. Yes, he said that when we were examining the compartment too. So I think we have to present the omnibus to something.
Okay, so I did look up a walkthrough if you want me to, like...
Yeah, sure, because I'm done with this. I have no idea.
Alright. On the third statement...
Yeah.
No, not the third statement, fifth statement. Fifth statement, press it.
Okay.
I know we already did, but we have to press it.
Do we have to pursue when he's doesn't have a reaction?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we have to pursue even though he's not reacting for some reason.
Okay, that's weird. That like we've
Okay,
never
so
done that
press
before.
That...
I didn't even know that was a thing,
Otherwise,
to be honest.
Yeah. Alright,
So wait, okay.
so now press the third statement. We gotta finish this and then we have to press the third statement.
So we have to press out of order, okay.
Yeah.
And we have to
Alright,
go through
third
this as
statement.
well. Okay. So now the dialogue changes.
Yep. Alright.
Okay,
Press this.
that's really weird.
And then I'll tell you when to pursue.
I'll try to figure it out.
Yep.
I'll try to do this again.
Yeah.
Well, no.
Oh, he reacts there. Okay.
Okay.
He didn't do that before. Alright, so now we
Yeah,
have to...
he did not do that last time. I don't-
because we didn't press it in the right order, like we had to press fifth, then third.
That's so weird. Like,
now we
why?
have to pursue him.
What's the difference here? I don't know why he's
Yeah,
reacting here
you
now
gotta-
and not before.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Excuse me.
Is something wrong, Mr. McGundle?
Oh, I do apologise. Was there something the matter, Council?
Spent like 11 minutes, like almost 20 minutes doing that.
Yeah.
I'm just wondering if Miss Lestrade's last comment made something occur to you, perhaps? Seem to be thinking something to yourself. I have no idea what made the difference there, like that fifth statement.
No. 'Twas nothing important.
Like, what was the fifth statement? It was,
The thing you press on was after she says...
it's pitch black in there. That was the third statement.
No. Go back. Go back down.
He helped me get away. That was the fifth statement. What did you mean? What'd you say?
Yeah, keep going down. Yeah, the fifth statement is what we press on.
Yeah. It's just it wasn't there before, and I want to know like what triggered that thing to happen. Like
Pretty
why
sure is like according to the
you can't see? I think he
walkthrough I
helped
looked
you.
at,
He helped me get away.
according to the walkthrough, it says to press the fifth, then the third statement, and then pursue when he reacts. But I don't know like what is meant to
I
make
don't
us
know.
intuit that we have to press
Yeah,
in that order.
I know what like what it tells you to do. I'm just asking like what made that happen, you know? Because it nothing
Yeah,
really says that. I don't know.
yeah, I don't get it.
I was feeling bad for the poor lasses all.
Hope that doesn't become a recurring thing.
I remember feeling desperate myself as a young lad, shut up in the dark. 'Twas terrifying, so it was.
I see. Yes, I'm sure we can all sympathize. So scared of the dark now.
Oh. Boy, and I don't know about yourself, but if I find the darkness seems to make everything you hear seem that much louder as well.
Also, we almost figured it out by ourselves when we were repressing all the statements, but we stopped at the second one.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just kind of cheeky. We did that.
Yeah. Oh, I suppose it does. Maybe.
Miss Lestrade. You hear something that night? Anything? An unusual noise, perhaps? You just testified that she heard it like a scream.
Nah, not really.
She's lying.
Yeah.
All I could hear was the Irishman snoring. Be jabbers, there's no need to tell the whole world of me foibles, you little scamp.
You snore?
What a pity.
If only Miss Lestrade had heard something, it might have given us a vital new clue.
Yes. What should we make of that last statement of hers?
It's profoundly important.
Yeah, it's a lie, in fact. My lord,
He did the big slam.
I believe the statement just made by the witness is profoundly important. Profoundly important? But still, but all she said was that she heard nothing. Yes, which is the profoundly important point. I'm almost sure of it. Almost. I'm almost sure that I don't understand the inner workings of your Eastern Mind Council. Nevertheless... Miss Gina Lestrade, you will supplement your formal testimony by repeating that last statement, please.
What? Supplement? What are you on about?
What?
Don't give me all your fancy talk. I know what you're trying to do. Well, it won't work on me.
That's right, insult the judge. Always a good move.
Alex Jones right now.
I was straining me ears to work out what was going on, but all I could hear was snoring.
Okay, don't we have anything that said, like...
Yeah, we've got a presser on that, I'm pretty sure.
First of all, he fell on the floor, and we have a blood stain on the omnibus to prove that.
Yeah.
Which I think is what we should be doing. Oh wait,
Not exactly, no.
hang on. You're standing to hear what was happening the entire time since the moment you heard yourself. Okay. Sorry?
Well, there was no one in the cabin to start with. I could just push the cushion up and have a butcher's to see what was what. But then, when I saw this swell getting on, I got me head down so he didn't notice me.
Mr. McGondle sat on the seat under which you were hiding, correct?
Yeah, but you having an even, eh? What a mug! So then, all I could do was listen. I was waiting to jump out there as soon as I heard him leave, see?
He's so shocked.
But would he? Not likely. Even though we stopped here and there, I never heard the door open.
Wasn't there like pounding on the door from outside?
Was there?
So, I just had to stay put and listen to him driving his pigs to market, snoring like an old dog he was.
Because one of the previous witnesses like testified that they tried to open the door, but he just told them to fuck off from outside, from inside. I mean,
I don't remember that part, but I'll take your word for it.
they said like he told me to clear off, or he gestured me to clear off.
Right.
Are there any conclusions we can draw from that? I wonder.
Doesn't add up.
Yep. Miss Lestrade, what you have just told the court is clearly at odds with the facts. At odds? Are you sure, man?
Man.
Absolutely. It seems my learned Nipponese friend is not as dull-witted as I feared.
What the?
So Van Zeeksley realized it too. Counsel? I must insist that you bolster your claim with evidence, or some complicit party's name at the very least. Yes, my lord. I expect you to demonstrate this alleged contradiction to the court. According to Miss Lestrade, while she was hiding in the omnibus that night, she heard nothing but the sound of Mr. McGondle's snoring. But think, Ryunosuke, think!
Smack yourself in the face again.
There's something else she should have heard.
To a person?
I could say
To people?
that the lady first screamed.
Yeah, the guy who told them to fuck off.
Yeah, but lady first also screamed. There was the thud, there was another scream. Let's try show a
It was all
person.
kinds of shit.
Very well, my lord, allow me to elaborate. On a particular sound that Mr. Lestrade could not have failed to hear on the night in question. The sound very clearly explained by the presence of the following person.
Take that!
Lady first?
Oh, is that it?
No.
Okay.
No.
There's just so many things you could present here.
Yeah. What about the driver?
Oh yeah, he did scream too, I guess. But I want to try him first, because apparently he screamed.
Yeah.
Take that!
Okay, let's stop the music. Prize fired mortar. I feel like either one should work, because come on, there were two
Yeah.
screams.
Okay, that was the one, so.
Yeah, the sound that Miss Lestrade cannot have failed to hear is that of the victim,
the big
Mr.
point.
Mortar, boarding the omnibus.
True.
I guess that's what we were talking about. Order! Explain your reasoning, counsel. Ms. Lestrade, allow me to confirm something. You claimed earlier that you were the first person on board the omnibus, is that correct?
Yeah, of course I was. I got on while the driver was in the pub, didn't I?
And the next person to board the omnibus was Mr. McGondle?
That it was. Not so was in the cabin when I climbed aboard.
Wait. Does the skylight open? Did they slide him from the top? Like
Is
they
swooshed in there.
they dropped him on the floor. Like one of the two individuals went like, throw him on the floor.
Really? Breakfast easy. At least, not in plain sight.
So you were, to all intents and purposes, alone in the enclosed cabin of the omnibus at that time.
Did I not just say as much? I wasn't travelling with anyone else, if that's what you mean. Yeah, I saw him get on, remember? Through the crack under the seat cushion. He was on his own for sure.
And from what we've heard, the carriage made a number of stops after that on its onward journey. During which time, did you not hear the door opening or closing at all?
Nah, I never heard it. That's exactly what I was listening for, weren't it? Waiting for this swell to leave.
In which case, when and how did the victim end up in the carriage? Ah! We know that the victim collapsed inside the enclosed cabin of the omnibus. Therefore, Miss Lestrange's statement about what she did or did not hear is at odds with the facts. God. Yes, the petty thief's statement is clearly flawed. Lord Van Zeeks? Yes. He knew it all too well that there was an inconsistency in Miss Lestrange's statement. It would seem words of thanks are in order from my learned friend.
Oh, now what?
What are you talking about? You have demonstrated matters impeccably. This witness and her colorful statements are entirely unreliable. Her words are convenient untruths, nothing more. Suppose.
That her hat fell on her. She's still in that position.
She's dead, right? How she gonna have her boarded an omnibus? That makes no sense whatsoever. And this girl is a pickpocket. Let's not forget that. What?
Oh, shit.
Shit.
Oh, God.
Ah, she didn't even say anything.
I didn't want to judge the dear little mite just because she has some rather naughty ways. But I must say, I can't abide liars.
And neither can I. Completely different voice. Mr. Foreman!
It's fine.
I didn't want to judge the girl just because she has some less than salubrious ways. But I must say, I cannot abide liars.
They're the same person.
This is
How many balls of fire do they have?
all of them. Ah,
Mr. Naruhodo! That's 5 jury members leaning towards guilty!
wine.
It's got like an endless bottle.
Well, your consideration for others is refreshing, my Nipponese friend. To the considerable troubles you have spared me. I should drink some.
Yeah.
Yes, very refreshing. Refreshing. Ah!
Ah! What are you playing at? Have ye forgotten who you're working for, you useless Eastern Amateur?
This is carnage. It's perfect.
Fucking weirdo.
Your number 2 is the only one left.
Mr. Naruhodo, the way this is going...
I know. If we can't find some new way to convince everyone of Mr. McGundle's innocence, the judge will rule and will have lost. Oh.
I very much wanted to believe the words of one of London's most respected gentlemen. But... those of us in service know we must accept hard truths.
Hold
There
it!
we go.
Yes, the witness's last statement seems to have revealed a critical inconsistency in her story. However, if we consider the possibility that her statement is in fact the truth, it may shed an entirely new light on this whole case. What are you saying?
Counsel!
I'm sorry, sir? Whatever do you mean?
Counsel, I will not tolerate you attempting to prorogue my adjudication. Explain yourself at once. When the
He's got the
accused
Phoenix
boarded,
bullshitting, alright.
yeah, when the accused boarded the omnibus on the night in question, the victim was nowhere to be seen. We actually have to go with the theory that the body was dropped from the top of the omnibus.
Yeah.
Subsequently, the carriage door was not heard opening a single time, as testified by the witness in the stand. And yet the victim's body was found inside the carriage.
Dropped him down from the ceiling.
If this petty thief's words are to be believed, how do you explain the victim's miraculous appearance inside the cabin of the omnibus? There's only one way to explain how the victim came to be inside the carriage. was put there after he
there's
died.
a lot of.
He was
I
in
had
there
saved
already.
just to be absolutely sure.
Okay. And I'm pretty sure we need to pick there is another entrance.
Yeah. He was on the roof and he got cold. And he
Yeah.
climbed down. If that's actually what it is, I'm gonna flip.
The door wasn't opened even once. The only explanation is that the victim entered the enclosed cabin some other way.
Objection!
I wonder what new fantasy you would come up with in your blind panic. But behold, the omnibus is here for all to see. Only one side of the enclosed cabin is furnished with a door, the other only has windows. Fixed windows which cannot possibly open. In short, there's no entrance to the cabin other than the door.
Objection!
But there could be. There's one possibility you haven't considered. Oh really? Yes,
They're
oh
fighting
really?
with their fists.
One other way was inside. One other way inside that isn't the door. Another opening, the use of which allowed the victim to appear inside the enclosed cabin.
Where's
All
the
right.
fucking Beppo?
Alright, counsel. The defense will identify the location to the court. Here is the omnibus on which the incident occurred. Wish
Save
we,
again, just to be absolutely sure.
wish we had this in the evidence, to be honest. Where on
Yeah.
earth is this entrance by which you propose the victim entered the cabin? Yeah, 99% sure it's this.
Take
Yeah.
that!
Okay, the music stopped. The answer is
He was like-
obvious. It can only have been the skylight.
He was like, watch me swoosh right in.
I say, the skylight.
He's posing.
Yeah. Your ludicrous proposal has me lost for words. However,
Objection!
shut up. The skylight may well be large enough for someone to pass through.
Objection!
I mean, no shit it is. How else do they get on the roof?
So you claim. But do you have a shred of evidence to support your addle-brained theory? You have the bloodstain.
It's like, I'll have to think about it.
I'll think about it, maybe. Both Mr. McGundle and Miss Lestrade said the same thing in their testimonies. They each claimed to have heard a loud thud, such as the noise made by someone falling to the floor. Yes, which has already been explained. It was the sound of the victim falling from his seat, having been assaulted with the dagger. Yes, it has, but would a man slipping from the seat onto the floor really have made such a loud noise as the witnesses describe? A noise loud enough to cause Miss Lestrade to let out an involuntary cry, in fact. Good gracious! Perhaps, in fact, there was a moment that the victim made his entrance into the cabin. That was the moment the victim made his entrance into the cabin. No, let me rephrase that. The victim didn't enter the cabin as such. He fell into it.
Objection!
Jesus.
You're now suggesting that the victim fell from the skylight into the cabin. That's simply impossible. How can you be so sure? Because if the victim had fallen inside through the skylight, as you say, passengers on the roof deck would have seen it happen.
Yeah, one of them is the murderer.
And yet, not one person made mention of such events in their testimony. Well,
Yeah, because it
yes,
would implicate
that's
them.
true, but... Hold it. Hold it!
Might a humble fella make a wee comment here?
Mr. McGundle.
To be sure now, the two fellas who was on the roof that testified afore said nothing of the victim falling through the skylight. But it seems to me, my lord, that 'tis not so much a case of them not saying, but
Aye.
it's a case of them being unable to say.
What?
I think perhaps the two fellas do be having something of a compelling reason not to mention what happened. Would yous not agree, fine ladies and gentlemen of the jury?
Oh my goodness. Surely not.
Those two chaps on the roof.
You mean the ones who stuck that knife in the man were...
Oh,
Oh,
Hold it! Just what exactly are you insinuating here, you blifferer?
you rotter, he said. You rotter. What are you insinuating?
Christ.
This is a flaming outrage. I have a good mind to give you in the blinker in a minute.
You will shine on a minute, he said, and so will I.
Mr. Fairplay.
You're effectively accusing me, a city gentleman and a well-respected banker.
And me, a very angry hatter. He is very
Suggesting that
angry.
someone like me could have stabbed that man in the guts. It's a disgrace. It's scandalous. It's I protest in the strongest possible terms.
That's right, I protest too. About you, you rotten scoundrel.
What a scene.
Why is he there all of a sudden?
Oh my god.
Oh, they just like ran up just to yell at him.
Yeah. Order! This is not the time, witnesses! I will not permit this wanton invasion of the sand. Return to the anteroom at once.
But this is beyond reason, my lord. It's outrageous.
It's very hurtful, you know.
My lord, if I may comment. Go
He
ahead,
doesn't
Lord
give a
Van
shit.
Zeeks. It was the defense that incited this outburst from the witnesses. My learned friend has seen fit to abandon all protocol.
What happened?
Let's not forget, because they opened the door, but whatever.
Oh,
Uh,
fair enough.
I have to trim the VOD anyway, so whatever.
Yeah.
Okay. My learned friend has seen fit to abandon all protocol and accuse the witnesses without proof. Accuse? I never intended to... It seems, young Nipponese, that your command of the English tongue is wanting. Okay. You propose to this court that the victim fell through the skylight from the roof deck of the omnibus. That hypothesis cannot possibly stand without the rooftop passengers being aware of the events. You have branded these gentlemen liars, you have intimated their criminal guilt. In our British courts of law, that is what we termed a baseless accusations.
Oh, I assure you, it's quite based.
And I always rush to put this idea forward without any actual evidence, but you can't just dismiss it without a second thought. What are we wasting time for? Get them to testify!
I thought there was something fishy about that hat from the moment I laid eyes on the fellow. I have to see this matter through now, one way or another.
If there's filth and rubbish in our midst, we must dispose of it at once.
Oh,
Wow.
What's happening, Mr. Naruto?
Spectators have voice acting. They're in a complete frenzy. Mr. Fairplay and Mr. Lady first. My lord. You will take the stand again and make another formal testimony. In reference to the indictment brought by the defense.
Yes, my lord.
I didn't come here for this.
There's no time to think this through. All I can do is keep pushing forward. Reading the accusation, okay.
We're the only two people on that roof deck dead or alive. I can swear to that.
If anything had happened where we were sitting, don't you think one or the other of us would have noticed?
In any case, neither of us know the first thing about the victim. We had no reason to kill the man.
Skylight was shut the entire time, I tell you. We couldn't possibly have opened it.
If you're so sure the victim fell through the skylight, where's your proof?
Probably the giant ass blood stain that wasn't mentioned up until now.
Yeah.
I must say that on listening to this testimony is somewhat hard to imagine. How either witness could have performed any malevolent act on this open rooftop deck, without the other noticing forthwith.
That's right, you see?
We're innocent, I tell you. Although, logically, of course, argument falls down if the two of you were in collusion with one another.
What?
Eh?
According to investigations by Scotland Yard, two witnesses share no common dealings.
Ha! Well, I don't trust coppers any more than I trust the stinking rich.
Something doesn't feel right here. Trial's going in our favor, really. Why do I feel so uneasy?
Counsel for the defense, over to you. Your cross-examination, please.
Oh, yes, my lord.
Just press them on everything again.
I suppose.
What else are we gonna do?
Let's press them back to front this time. No reason to kill the man. Let's try to press this. So you have never met Mr. Fry's-Fired Mortar before? What a weird name, by the way.
Yeah.
Oh, Lamay, no, not once, never.
Oh yeah, he's supposed to be Australian.
Oh, Lamay, no, not once, never.
Yeah, good enough. He'd never met the man before, he said never.
And you, Mr. Lady First, had no prior dealings with the victim either.
That's right, sir. I just don't have much to do with brickmakers, to be perfectly honest, sir.
God, there's so many of them. No,
Yeah.
I imagine not.
You see, how many different ways can I put this? Neither of us have the remotest connection to the gentleman. We're inside the cabin.
McGundle reacted.
Yup, I can see.
Excuse me.
Mr. McGundle?
Yes, counsel. What can I be doing you for?
Did the witness's last statement give you a pause for thought somehow?
Not the remotest connection. Is that right now, I wonder?
What are you insinuating now?
Oh, Mr. Fairplay. Just been too long, so it has.
Eh?
If I'm not very much mistaken, I believe 'tis fast approaching, is it not? Your repayment date.
I beg your pardon? I beg your pardon?
You borrowed 20 guineas from me, sir.
At an inconsiderable rate of interest, you tricked me. It's extortion.
Well now, is that a touch of begrudgery, is it? The sort of begrudgery that might motivate a fella to pass his crimes off on another.
Ah!
And, young Miss Lady first. Me, sir? What do you want with me, sir? You do be making acts for a living, do you not?
He's just chewing his cane off screen.
That there top hat's lying about on your head, is that one of your own creations, is it? Oh, well, I'm still just an apprentice, you understand? I'm learning to find the perfect fit for whatever fine gent walks through the door. The perfect fit, is it? Well, just a very
distinctive design, so it is.
Many customers like it, I tell you. They like a distinctive touch.
Customers, such as thrice-fired mortar. Ah! There was a photographic print of the victim submitted as evidence for my lord.
Oh, this, you mean?
Forgot I was doing his voice.
Oh fuck. I can't help thinking that the poor fella's hat looks distinctly familiar, wouldn't you say?
I mean, I just thought that was because he was poor.
Oh! That's one of my hats. Oh, there it is. So it would seem the brickmaker was a customer of yours. This sort of customer, I'd wager, you could have had a wee quarrel with over the distinctiveness of the goods. No, sir. Absolutely not, sir.
My god.
Well, there's really nothing more to add. It wouldn't be right to say that the two fellas here haven't the remotest connection to the victim, you see.
His eye is so bloodshot, I just noticed. He's never sleeping.
I rest my case.
You little weasel. Ah.
Australians are like, you little weasel.
To be fair, Australians around this time would probably have a very British accent.
Yeah, I don't.
Around
It's
this
hard for
time
me
period.
to make a difference like between
Yeah,
the
it's fine.
accents. It's better just
If I
deny
can
it.
if I can kind of show you how my grandparents talk, because they came in from England and so now they have weird accents, they'll be like, let me think of how my grandpa talks to Maggie. He'd be like, what?
Smells alright.
No, you're not getting any more biscuits.
No, you're not getting any more
No.
biscuits. No, no.
No, come in here. Come on, sit on my knee.
sit
That's how
on,
he talks to
sit on my knee.
That's how he talks to the cat.
Sit on my knee. So I just have to like. Whenever I get angry, like at the game, I just start speaking in a British accent. I notice, so I just have to try to do that.
Yeah, good. Gosh, Mr. McGondle has certainly been thorough in his research, hasn't he?
Just go like, what the fuck are you doing?
What the fuck are you doing in my fucking lawn? Please don't let me little interruption hold up the proceedings. We got an achievement.
I did. Hat Hunter. Oh, okay. I wasn't even planning for that. Okay.
There you go.
Or possibly I've opened it. Are you quite certain about that? That the skylight was shut the entire time?
Oh, I'm going to lose my block with you in a minute.
He's going to lose his rank with you in a minute. That's what he says.
Like,
Take a look for yourself. Go on.
his voice completely changed.
You see, it's shut fast now. Just like it was on that night. On the night.
So it is, of course. Fella the size of Mr. Mortar could likely break right through it, steel and all.
What?
Just looking at the size of the tin, you understand.
Now you hold on there a minute, sir. The size of that thing means nothing. Not on its own. Let's consider the bigger picture here, shall we?
Let's stop biting our cane, shall we?
I was riding the omnibus on another occasion when, I broke wind loudly. I shot myself with it, as it happens.
Scared himself with it. This is just unexpected confession, Mr. Lady First.
Why is this relevant? Oh, I just mean to say, well, the point is, I tried to open the skylight, you see?
Why? To let it into the room? You wanted to share?
What is wrong with you? But, just my luck, I couldn't make a budge. The stench was terrible.
Oh, he was inside, okay.
Oh. Everyone was looking daggers at me, sir. I went as red as rouge, I did.
Are you expecting me to sentence you?
Yes. Oh, no, sir. The point is,
Bailiff plug his ass.
Skylight can't be opened. I tried and I tried when I was inside that cabin of shame.
Oh.
Oh.
Do you have something to say about that, Miss Lestrade? Miss Lestrade!
It opens. Oh,
Hmm?
does it? The skylight. That is what we're talking about, right? Oh.
A TF2 weapon.
All
For
them
real.
skylights open. Dead easy.
More easily than you can load that weapon?
That's a lie, I tell you. Otherwise, when I broke in,
Stop talking about that.
Yeah. You can't do it in from inside, you mug. Oh. Look, a few weeks ago, I was up on the roof deck of one of them drags. And I had a great... I had posters coming at me ears.
Miss Lestrade, this is not the forum to be eulogizing on
What's
the
happening?
subject of your criminal activities.
What's happening for him? Well, anyway, I had a bit of a scare. When I lifted the last bloke's purse, he got wise to me. All four of them surrounded me. Couldn't hop off the bus and leg it. So, what I did was, I used the skylight, opened the catch, and jumped right through.
What?
Yeah, catch for them skylights is on the top side. That's why you can't open him from the cabin.
The skylight opens from the roof deck? Bailiff!
Practice beats me.
Climb up onto the rooftop of the omnibus at once and verify this witness's claims.
The bitrate is so bad on this screen share. Okay, I can still see it.
Maybe I should lower the frame rate for it. 'Cause fucking Nitro just automatically makes me stream at 60, 1080.
Yeah, I don't need 60 FPS for this.
Yeah.
Oh my. Height is them.
Order, order, order! So it appears that this street girl statement is quite true. I don't believe it. The skylight opens. And from the roof deck.
Mr. Naruhodo! This could be the clue we've been looking for!
Well, counsel for the defense, please continue with your cross-examination. Yes, my lord. So, the skylight opens. Perhaps I should investigate for myself.
See if you can fit through it. Fuck.
Hang on. Don't accidentally present. So the skylight was fastened shut before.
Now the catch has been undone. We should be able to open it.
Like in real time, they're just like climbing on this thing all over.
Yeah.
I can't
Climbing all over it like
Yeah.
a jungle gym. Can you
Yeah.
inspect it now that it's open?
I can't like move the camera up to see like from the top, but maybe from the camera.
Yeah.
You can certainly see the inside of the carriage for this opening, that's for sure.
Yes, and there's a lamp in the enclosed cabin. So, I'm sure the witnesses would have been able to see quite clearly.
It's not good for us. Okay. Is there
Anything
anything
else?
Okay. Okay, it's just from different angles.
Yeah. Yeah, you can see the bloodstain on the seat.
Yeah.
Hmm.
But you should be able to see the blood like straight down it though.
Yeah, kind of annoying.
Okay. Nothing really else I can see.
Mm.
Hold it!
Proof.
That's right, I'm the man to hear it.
We came here to say what we saw, I tell you. For this.
Why, you can call us both Shickers brand us
I
as
don't know what that
criminals.
You call us liars. That's what he means. And accuse us of doing it.
Oh yeah, you call us. You can not. You can. Okay.
As it stands at the moment, there's no hard evidence that incriminates yourselves now, is there? I believe we're in much the same position as one another here.
Hmm? Ah!
If I don't crack this case soon, he'll crack his teeth.
He's a banker. He can afford new ones.
Yeah.
I wonder if these two men really were involved in some way.
I couldn't say. I mean, I don't really know anything about them, do I? Although by the same token, I don't really know anything about Mr. McGondle either. It's so hard to know what to believe here.
I think we should try to remember that it's evidence alone that can truly determine the outcome of a trial.
Evidence.
No one can argue against decisive evidence, including the members of the jury.
So you're saying that what we need now is to find a conclusive piece of evidence.
Yes, Mr. Naruhodo, precisely.
Okay, so they're telling us to present here. Last time they were telling us to find
Yeah.
testimony, so that means... I guess that's just something to keep in mind, what they're like
Right.
hinting towards here.
We're the only two people up in that roof deck, dead or alive. I can swear to that.
So at no time did the victim, Mr. Mortar, climb up to join you on the roof deck.
Absolutely not, Dickon.
No question about it, he said. Not at all. Oh, but yes, of course. I remember seeing them both.
Do you?
I saw the victim inside the enclosed cabin talking with this man here.
Did you?
Is this true, Mr. McGondle?
Dear me, my lord, at the risk of repeating myself, I boarded the omnibus alone and nodded off inside almost immediately.
That's an outright lie. Without doubt, you were engaged in.
Let me stop you there, fella, and ask, do you have any evidence at all?
Ah,
It's all about evidence in the courts these days, so it is. You do well to remember that.
I saw you with my own eyes.
This is going so well.
So true.
We pressed on the third one. Yeah, I started on the third one. I think I need to present the omnibus on the last statement, but okay. But it was on the
Yeah.
final run of the omnibus at past 10 o'clock in the evening. It would certainly have been quite dark, perhaps too dark to see clearly.
Is this some kind of lock?
Is this some kind of a joke, he said? Is that what this is?
Or perhaps one or the other of you fell asleep briefly. Sorry, I don't know why that's so difficult.
Are you fair dinkum, sir?
Yep, he's Australian.
Are you serious, sir? That's what he said. It's impossible, I tell you.
I'll give you the keys to the vault if you could fall asleep in that bitter cold. And if you did manage it, your eyelids would freeze shut and you'd never be able to open them again.
That's extreme.
It was extreme, I tell you, and we had to put up with it because this man had locked the door.
You can't, though.
Any true gent would have unlocked it and let me in when I knocked.
Oh, I'm dreadfully sorry about that, young fella. But you see, I was away with the fairies and I didn't hear you at all.
That's a lie. I saw you through the glass. You were talking to someone.
That pose.
No, just was a cold night, so it was. People do be seeing things that aren't real in the cold. It's oddly surprising.
Seeing things? Seeing things?
I believe we have reached an impasse here on this particular point.
You.
Don't take it personally now, lad. If I'm a suspect in this case, then it's only fair that you and the other fiend are too. Hyping in free competition is what a capitalist society is all about. This isn't a competition I should like to be involved in, really.
Oh God, okay. Yeah, this is the one where he's asking for proof, so I'm at least certain it's on this statement.
Did we press him on it, at least?
We did. We pressed on everything.
Okay. Okay.
Objection!
Fuck. Here we go.
We have to press in, like, another order again because... Fuck,
I hope not.
figure it out, asshole.
Victim fell through the skylight.
Um...
Hang on. Autopsy
The
report?
missing button.
I think that's too far ahead.
Yeah.
Fucking
the autopsy
giant
report
blood
again.
stain on the floor.
If it's not the fucking bloodstain, then what?
That nobody
Read
has
the autopsy
mentioned
report.
still. The victim fell through the
Read-
skylight.
No, I mean, like, read it in more detail. Read the autopsy report, like, examine it.
Internal hemorrhaging
Stabbed
resulting from the
once.
trauma.
Was he That's a lot of blood if he was stabbed once.
Let's try it, I guess.
But I guess...
No.
Nope. Hmm.
Either that or the photo, maybe? Like, say how battered
try
he
the
is.
Objection!
No, okay.
Nope. The fucking ant gif is still on my screen.
Christ.
Hold it!
Pretty sure we did press on this.
John just messaged me to say that Maggie sneezed 5 times when he walked into his room.
God.
Um,
Has to be something on the last statement.
should we try examining the
Omnibus
the
again?
omnibus again? Like trying to see if we can see the bloodstain from that angle?
I did try, but the camera doesn't go that far.
Try examining it from like the reverse angle. Like you examine the front of it where the latch was.
You mean
and
like
you examine the other way.
from the top here? The...
Oh,
Oh, wait,
oh,
what?
we can.
Wow, really? Okay.
Yep.
Yes, it does open very wide, doesn't it? Wide enough to kick someone like you through, certainly, Mr. Naruhodo.
What are you implying? Just gonna kick him through it.
Why someone like me?
Why so?
What is it?
Look! Just here! Look at this!
Oh, there's blood on it.
That's without question.
It's blood!
Well, so convenient. Why would there be a bloodstain here?
Surely, it can't be unrelated to the case, can it?
So it is the blood, the omnibus, it's just just
Okay.
a different blood stain.
Okay.
Guess that one we're saving for dessert.
Alright, so now we have to present this. Now that it's been updated.
Yeah.
Objection!
Okay.
There we go.
Okay.
That was slightly easier to figure out.
Yeah, on the night in question, the victim was fatally stabbed in the stomach. And immediately afterwards, the victim's body was pushed through the skylight into the cabin below. Those are the facts, and the irrefutable proof remains clearly visible in the omnibus that stands before us today in this very courtroom.
What? That's utter humbug. You can't possibly have any evidence.
It's literally right there.
No, you can't! I mean, we didn't do it, I tell you, it's impossible!
Irrefutable proof. Here, in this courtroom. What is
More
that?
likely than you think.
Counsel. My lord? I believe everyone would appreciate a little clarification here, Where exactly within the omnibus is this evidence to which you allude? We'll point out what proves that the victim fell from the roof deck through the skylight.
That's easy.
Oh, oh.
Just have to get the camera angle up there again. There we go. Got it.
By Jupiter, is that blood? Ah! This bloodstain proves two things. Firstly, when that incident occurred, the skylight of the omnibus was open.
What?
And secondly, the victim was already bleeding when he fell through the opening.
Oh my.
And so it follows that Mr. McGondle, who was inside the enclosed cabin himself at the time, cannot possibly be guilty of this crime.
Here we go.
No!
Oh!
God.
Good.
Order! Order! Order!
Hold it!
Oh,
But
That's how he sounds.
But the blood could have sprayed up there when the fellow was stabbed inside the cabin.
that's some impressive reach. And only found its way to that one particular spot on the skylight. Sure, and that would be very convenient.
Ah,
And let's keep it in mind, skylight catch can only be unfastened from the roof deck. I myself wouldn't have been able to open it now, would I? But there's no way to know for certain, is there? If the gent really fell through the skylight, I mean. Why don't you have a good look at the floor of the cabin between the so seats, Mr. Lady First?
Finally, we're bringing this up.
Yeah. Oh, finally, fucking hell. It's all too plain, if you say. There's the aftermath that shows the poor fella dropped from a fair height, right there, sir it is.
what? No!
But it can't be. It's all...
Lies!
Right.
I didn't hear his voice.
It's fine.
My fellow jury members. Oh, I think we can all agree that this is clear proof of defendant's innocence, can't we?
I believe we can. Yes, sir. Into me now, as the filthy rubbish can be found in this courtroom.
So, they thought they could pull the wool over our eyes, did they?
I won't tolerate any of the guild's carriages being sullied with blood. I won't tolerate
That's
it.
what you're worried about?
Yeah, that's priorities.
Oh, I always knew that nice gentleman who gave us that delightful pie couldn't have done such a thing.
Okay.
On three then, everyone. 1, 2... 3!
Objection!
Oh,
Fuck off.
God.
Where's that British lady saying shut up when we need her?
Yeah. A chilling performance, Mr. McGondle.
Oh, and what would you be referring to there now, Lord Van Zakes?
Bloodstain on the frame of the skylight. Such evidence is null and void.
Oh my fucking god.
What? Why? For one extremely simple reason. That smear of blood never existed.
Objection!
What?
Disappears from existence. What are you talking about? It's there for all to see, and it's clearly blood.
Objection!
I personally attended Scotland Yard's investigation of the omnibus. The officers involved went over the carriage with a fine-tooth comb.
Maybe they're just stupid. What?
No, they just told me that they are leaving. Okay. So I can state with absolute surety, no such smear of blood existed in the carriage. At
Then
least,
why is it there?
not until this trial began. This is why it's so confusing.
Put it there!
Because I'm pretty sure we examined the omnibus thoroughly when we first, got into it, except the handle, I believe. Like, that's the one
Yeah.
thing we missed, but I'm sure
Yeah.
there was no blood stain there. That's why I was confused on
Right.
Like presenting it that one time.
Well, then who put it there?
But
Are you suggesting, Lord Van Zinks, that the stain of blood was...
fabricated, my lord. Yes, and while this court has been in session.
Ow.
What?
How many times are we gonna have this shit happen? Fucking hell. What a palaver. Oh, I must say, I didn't expect such crude reasoning from a prosecutor of your standing, Lord Van Zakes.
Cannot forget to turn the mic back on.
But I'm Cosney McGundle, a fellow known all over the capital for his fine contributions to public life.
Allow me to express my contribularities.
I don't take kindly to slander, and I'll fight it to the bitter end. Even if it's rolling off the tongue of the Reaper of the Bailey.
Mr. McGondle, I realize that this is your first appearance in court as the accused. However, I am well aware of your involvement behind the scenes in a great many affairs of dubious nature. You're very adept when it comes to avoiding getting your own hands dirty. And each time it happens that a case you're involved in is investigated, you adapt the facts. Adapt the facts? What does that even mean?
I hate this bitch.
When you wield a fortune the size of Mr. McGundle's, however ill-gotten it may be, nothing is impossible. Tampering with evidence, manipulating the scene of the crime, bribing witnesses. I toast your ability to concoct the most convenient of stories, sir.
Tut, Lord Van Zakes, this will not do, to be sure. Will it now, counsel?
Hmm? Oh, no!
I think it's fair to say, this does all sound like a rather far-fetched excuse by a desperate man. Blood on the skylight didn't exist, you say? But, if yous will all cast your minds back, is it not true that the omnibus there has been in the courtroom the entire time? How could anyone possibly have put a smear of blood in it without the world and his wife seeing? Isn't that right now, counsel?
It's true. The omnibus has been in full view the entire time the court has been in session. My learned friend. Here's to hearing your opinion on this matter, in your own words. I need to blow my nose. As you wish. Oh, could someone have tampered with the omnibus during this trial? You're asking me, it's... I guess we're going with it could have been possible.
Are we? Fuck. Alright. Yeah, save.
We don't want to be like...
Yeah.
Oh, we don't want to just be like... lying to get not guilty, I guess.
Yeah.
As a defense lawyer, it's my job to advocate the defendant as best I can. But still, I realize that there's something even more important at stake here. There is no evidence to suggest that the defendant did as my learned friend suggests. However, in terms of having the opportunity to carry out the alleged tampering, there is one possibility.
Oh!
Good gracious! Explain yourself, counsel.
Yes, there is. Seems my learned Nipponese friend has no intention of running from this deceit.
Deceit?
I'm sure everyone still remembers clearly the recess that we were forced to take. As a result of the smoke grenade fired by the witness currently in the stand, Miss Gina Lestrade. And yes, seeing this. What is going on? Cover your face. Bailiff, don't let the accused escape. Secure the omnibus. Call emergency recess, ensure defendant is in custody, and clear the courtroom. The courtroom was filled with smoke, and everyone was thrown into confusion. All of us were made to leave this chamber. In that brief interval, under the veil of smoke and in all the chaos, it could have been possible to steal inside the omnibus.
Take a fucking 360.
Yeah,
He's so silly.
so silly.
Are you wise? What are you trying to pull, you rotten feckless gouger?
It's now feckless gouger.
You're supposed to be defending me. Tis a wicked plot. Tis a plot to undermine me, so it is.
Objection!
Whatever you think this is, it changes nothing. The facts are the same. After this courtroom was evacuated earlier as a result of the smoke grenade, a number of inconsistencies materialized in relation to the omnibus. Inconsistencies? Such as? Were you here? Start with the storage compartment underneath the rear passenger seat. When the police investigated the omnibus, this compartment was full of the driver's items. Secondly, we have the smear of blood on the edge of the skylight. As I have said, that was not present at the start of the trial this morning. Unfortunately, Lord Van Zeeks, no one is able to corroborate your claims. It's true. When the omnibus was first wheeled out, both the storage compartment and the skylight were shut. Accordingly, I'm afraid to say, we cannot establish with any certainty this evidence is the result of tampering or not. Indeed, my lord, no doubt there was not a single person who saw fit to verify such things.
What do you think?
Sorry?
About the omnibus? Is there anything else unusual about the omnibus?
I have no idea.
Fuck. I have an inkling,
I have a spittoon.
my lord. Yes, counsel. There's one further inconsistency. Mark that surely could not have been present at the start of the trial. What?
What in the devil's name are you going to say now? If you dare to betray me, you little maggot,
Objection!
you'd better start watching your back.
Silence, Magondo. The court awaits the defense's clarification. This trial keeps swinging one way and then the other. I have no idea what's the truth and what's deception. What am I supposed to believe here? I shall have to ask you to elaborate, counsel. Where exactly is this alleged mark that you claim appeared at some point during the trial?
I wish I could help, but I can barely see because the bitrate is still kind of terrible. I would save just to be sure as well.
I don't think I can save at this point.
Oh, doesn't let you just to do a little.
Got it!
I think this wasn't here. Consider that the victim fell through the skylight onto the floor of the cabin. You would certainly expect to find signs of blood where he landed. But as far as I can recall, this bloodstain on the cabin floor was not there when the omnibus was first brought into the courtroom. Yeah, that's true. Like, I also don't remember seeing that. It's just weird seeing.
Yeah, you'd think we would notice, wouldn't we?
It's just weird because we had a week break between the last examination and this one. Good
Yeah.
lord. Yes, I do believe you're correct, counsel. Well said. Although, as advocate for the defense, one might say that was a very careless slip of the tongue. I believe that bloodstain on the floor is a decisive piece of evidence. But if the question is whether or not that evidence is genuine, or it was unlawfully fabricated by someone, I feel compelled to admit that there's at least a possibility that the evidence is fake. Nobody knows. Oh.
Oh, this trial is over.
Mr. McGondle?
I've done everything I possibly can to cooperate with the court, but it's all over now.
But you're the defendant!
It's over, I tell you.
God.
Memory, recollection, what people think they saw, it's all a nonsense. Facts are what counts. Fact is, that bloodstain is there now.
Ah, well...
And over the course of this desperate trial, long and as extremely drawn out as it has been, that good-for-nothing Reaper of the Bailey has failed to present any decisive evidence at all. I'm scandalised, so I am. I thought better of Lord Van Zakes. Well, my lord?
I must concur with the defendant. The unaffirmed recollections of an individual cannot stand as evidence. At this moment in time, the particular bloodstain in question is very much in existence. And in the absence of any credible method by which to prove its alleged previous non-existence, I regret to say that it will be improper for this trial to continue. Your lordship cannot be serious. Lord Van Zakes, what is your position? Prosecution, my lord, has no further witnesses or evidence to present. Very well. In that case, as I believe we have explored every possible avenue in this matter, I shall proceed to my adjudication. As a formality, I am of course obliged to confirm with the defense first. What formality?
Things stand at the moment, it would seem that Mr. McGondle will be found not guilty,
Yes.
which would mean we've won.
But really the right outcome here? Is it really alright for the trial to come to an end now, with all those unexpected inconsistencies? Counsel for the defense, your closing statement please. Yes, my lord. The defense believes... This mistrial on the spot. I am here in this court today to advocate for the defense of my client, Mr. McGondle. However, at this moment in time, I cannot in all good conscience attest fully to the defendant's innocence.
Oh god.
What are you saying, man? Without any question, there is no conclusive evidence to prove that the defendant is guilty. However, there is also no conclusive evidence to prove that he is innocent. Good gracious me! What'd you say?
How long is this gonna go for?
Order! No, not very long, I think. This is
Feels like we're getting
unprecedented
to the
behavior,
end.
counsel. What'd you say?
I feel like we're getting to the end, but it feels like we could just keep fucking like running into shit.
Yeah. A defense lawyer calling the accused innocent into question. Are you of sound mind?
Are you people wacky on the junk? It was a grand decision to appoint you as my lawyer, so it was. A grand decision.
What?
I must say, I didn't expect quite such an exciting spectacle at the end there, but still. Here, have this for your troubles. Just flips it at the camera.
Ah!
Your job here is done, fella. and some fine work you've done, so you have.
What do you mean?
It's just as the right honourable gentleman so succinctly put it afore. Trial can't go on any more. And your closing statement there was, how did he put it now? Nothing more than a formality. Uh-oh. What? Okay.
I guess this isn't a breakdown, I guess. This is a victory screech.
I don't really know what to make of all this. Was the evidence we've seen genuine, or was it fake?
His lordship would be fuming. Any unsightly rubbish should be disposed of promptly, as I said.
Spoken slower now.
Stinking rich are always guilty of something. You mark my words.
I feel terribly ashamed that I ever doubted that lovely man who gave us the lovely park.
Now that the proceedings have unfolded in this way, I am compelled to declare a premature end to this trial. Furthermore, court must accept the defendant's plea.
I thank you kindly, my lord.
I hereby pronounce the verdict of this court.
Objection!
But we still haven't determined if the bloodstained omnibus is genuine or not. We don't know if these witnesses are telling the truth or a pack of lies. We have no idea about the truth. Lord Van Dix. Ugh. Sorry. My lord.
It's fine.
The case made by the prosecution was flawed, plain and simple. If indeed the omnibus was presented as evidence was tampered with, the prosecution is at fault for allowing such a disgraceful provision of justice to take place.
Why?
It's not usually you see the prosecution get fucked over by the system.
True.
My sincerest apologies, my lord.
Objection!
But wait! When we were evacuated from the courtroom, Lord Van Zieks ordered the evidence to be secured. I'm afraid the prosecution cannot shun responsibility in this matter. That's so unfair.
So true.
Culpability of the defendant has not, at the present time, been established by this court. Consequently, the jury will not be required to proffer judgment.
What?
Well, Lord Van Zieks, it's been a pleasure, so it has. And as for you, my dear fella, I couldn't have asked for a better defence.
Do you mean to tell me this has all been a grand waste of time?
This law of the land, my good man. If you'd like to pursue this matter further, you can always go ahead and try to change the law.
Try. Cosy Megondo.
Good grief, you've more to say to me, have ye?
Just one thing. A warning. This is far from over.
Jesus. Well, something to be looking forward to, then.
I hereby pronounce the defendant, Mr. Cosney McGondle, not guilty.
Fancy font.
Ye old English font, yeah.
You got confetti, but it doesn't feel like we won.
Yeah.
What the fuck happened?
What are we doing here? What's going on?
What's going on?
I can't believe it! This is an outrage! They should have examined the evidence more! What are you talking about? The man's been cleared. He's innocent. God. The courtroom in pandemonium for the second time that day, the judge delivered his verdict. And my first ever trial in Great Britain came to an abrupt end. the defendant being found not guilty. Ostensibly a victory for us. God.
That was weird. There was like no like proper conclusion for that. Wow, that took like the whole day.
Yeah.
Fuck. Fucked up. That certainly was a long trial. Yeah, no shit.
Ah, yes, it was.
Your first ever trial on foreign soil and your first victory. It was a wonderful performance. My heartfelt congratulations.
You look so happy. And to you, Mr. Sato, thank you for your assistance. I suppose we should be happy. The trouble is, we're still completely in the dark about what actually happened.
Well, we didn't have enough time.
But isn't it wrong? I mean, who was actually responsible for Mr. Mordo's death? I don't even know that.
The sole aim of the defense is to obtain a verdict that exonerates the defendant. You carried out your duty to perfection.
Aye, that you did.
Mr. McGondal. Ah, and that girl was with him too.
Well, it seems the stories are true.
Oh, what stories?
About the 6 enormous fireworks they do be letting off when there's a verdict. I'm sure yous must have seen them now. Spectacular, wouldn't you say?
Yes, definitely. Weird tradition.
I'd heard it was a sight to behold, and to be sure it was. And I've you to thank, I suppose, for having an opportunity to see it. Ha ha ha!
Oh, I don't know about that. I'm not sure I really did anything.
What on earth are you saying, fella? How did I walk out of there free man then?
I don't think it was so much of a thanks to me as down to your planning.
You're a straight-talking fella, aren't you? I must say, you had me astray in the head there once or twice. But you're young and headstrong. Ha ha ha! Oh, just water under the bridge.
There's such a contrast to each other.
Yeah,
Congratulations, Mr. McGondal, on having your name cleared.
two different art styles.
Yeah.
But nothing's resolved.
She's the same height as him, even though he has the hat.
Yeah.
There's only one thing that matters to me.
Oh?
Aye. They've all seen that I didn't do that odious and abstinent deed. It's grand, is it not?
I suppose it is.
Now, fine fellas at Scotland Yard can take matters in hand and sort out any wee details. They'll see it for what it is. They'll get to the truth. I've absolute faith in them, so I have. After all, I do be providing a good number of their wages with all the taxes I pay. Wah ha ha!
Probably doesn't pay taxes. It's not that funny.
It's not that funny.
So then, as we agreed beforehand, 1,000 guineas for your troubles, fella. Holy fuck.
Oh no, I couldn't possibly accept that much.
Ah, be whist. You're palm of people, are you from the east? Well, if you exist. But have this. Still in all, you deserve a reward.
Mr. Cosney McGondal?
Oh, what now?
Everything is ready, sir. If you'd like to follow me into the courtroom. Into the courtroom?
What's this, officer? 'Tis sooner than I was led to believe.
I hope it's not inconvenient, sir. There were some changes to the schedule.
Well, I must be making tracks now. It's time for the inspection.
Sorry, what inspection?
They're going to examine the omnibus again, so I'm told. I asked if I could be present for it myself.
They're going to examine it again? Now?
Naturally, I'm under no obligation to take part in any more of this matter now. But there's lots Standing member of London Society, I do be doing my best to help where I can. It's a gentleman's duty, so it is. So then, fare thee well. What's an absolute pleasure meeting yous. I hope you have a whale of a time while you're studying here in Great Britain.
Alright, fuck off. And there he goes, a free man. Dr.
Gordon Freeman.
Freeman. Oh, I forgot she was here too.
Oh my god.
Oh no.
Move!
Whereas I want to say, get a move on, surely it does take forever to load that thing. Miss Lestrade, would you mind putting that thing down?
You're a grown up,
Sorry?
and I hate all grown ups.
Ah, there you are. Oh,
Whoa!
do you want to voice it?
Naughty, naughty, running off like that.
Is this some kind of picnic? Who's this little girl now?
She has the Sherlock goggles on her head.
And taking that with you as well. I was looking forward to the trial run of my experimental smoke grenade launcher.
Ha!
What the fuck?
Oh, do you want to play? You won't beat me.
What the fuck is going on?
What's going on?
Excuse me, but who are you?
Oh, good day to you. I'm, well, the inventor, I suppose, of that machine.
The inventor?
Well, normal smoke grenades are so dull, don't you agree? White, white, and more white. If you have to be shrouded in smoke, it could at least be a pretty colour, I thought to myself.
Do you have to be shrouded in smoke, though? At all?
Yes.
I just took my eyes off it for a moment while I was changing onto a different omnibus, and she pinched it. Luckily, I fitted it with a telegraphic beacon.
Atella, what's it now? I have no idea what this girl is talking about.
Anyway, you're coming with me now. To my laboratory.
What? For?
Dee Dee's in my laboratory.
To apologise, of course, silly, to my technician.
What?
You mean, say sorry? You must say sorry when you've done something wrong. Surely an adult has told you that before.
An adult? I don't listen to no adults.
Come along then, follow me.
This is Danganronpa.
Fuck's sake.
God.
Fine, have it your way.
Oh, good. You see, I knew you'd want to do the right thing in the end.
I'm fairly sure that what she wants is not to get shot by that massive gun of yours.
We'll be leaving now then. Bye-bye. I'm so sorry for all the fuss.
What the fuck? Where did she come from?
She was a lively one.
Well, do you think perhaps we ought to be on our way now too?
Yes, you're right, but where to?
Oh,
Oh, we're homeless. We haven't had time to find a place to stay. No sooner had we arrived in London than we had to rush here. All our traveling cases are still with the bailiff.
I was originally planning to spend today in search of lodgings.
But at this late hour in the day, I'm afraid we may be out of luck. Just sleep in the court.
Don't worry though, I have a plan. If the worst comes to the worst, I've heard of a lovely place where we could spend the night.
Please tell me you're not thinking of McGondle Park.
I know it may be a little chilly at this time of year, but our youthfulness will see us through.
I'm not so sure about that. I think a midwinter London night will freeze a young person solid just as easily as an elderly one.
Oh dear, that doesn't sound agreeable.
Oh, she's crying.
He's crying now.
Now I'm starting to regret turning Mr. McGondle down. 1,000 guineas would have paid for a lovely warm room, or mansion.
My lord.
And so, The trial to determine my worthiness for the study tour was over by the end of the first day in London. However, as we were soon to learn, there were more trying times ahead. Just as the Reaper of the Bailey had warned, the case was far from over.
Of course. So that was it. Oh, that's scary.
Get the fire brigade! Water! Bring water, quick!
Oh shit.
Uh-oh.
How did this happen?
I don't know, sir. By the time I got here, it was already engulfed.
No one was supposed to be allowed in here before we started investigating.
Oh.
No. Oh, good God. There's
The fuck?
someone in there. This can't be.
Your voice wasn't far off, actually.
Yeah.
What does he sound like? Show us. They're not gonna show us what Benzik sounds like.
God.
I'm so mad. It's another fucking cliffhanger.
And... God.
Now we have to wait a week to find out who the fuck was in there.
I'll find out in episode 4. The Realm of the Reaper achievement. God.
No, I don't want to save after everything. I'll just not save it. We'll go through the next 2 hours
Adventure of the
again.
Clouded
The Adventure
Kokoro.
of the- So that's heart in Japanese.
Yep.
Okay. What? Okay, are there 5 episodes?
Yes. That's episode. That's
Yeah.
the second game. Wait, no, that's
Okay.
the. No, they just wrap around.
It just loops. It just
Okay.
loops. Okay.
Well, alright then. That's the stream then. So we finished 3 out of 5 episodes, and the last 4 are probably gonna be the second half of these streams. So, probably gonna be 12 parts to this this game. That's my estimate at this
Yeah.
point. So yeah, we should be finished in October. Okay. But that's the end of the stream today. So thank you for watching, and we'll see you next week then. Bye.
Yeah. Bye bye.